mentioned the school business executive, Karen. We met, Mr. Kelly and I brought him down to visit the kindergarten center. As you know, we have gotten a waiver in the kindergarten center for the last 5 years in terms of bathrooms. Problems with 3 bathrooms, 3 classes that don't have bathrooms, is really a twofold problem. The county, the state was not real clear when they sent us that response back in August. The concern is, yes, students have to move to the bathroom, but in 2 of the classes, they have to walk through the class to get to the bathroom. The concern is for the interruption of the class. So we brought the building executives in, just got on the job a couple of months ago. We gave a tour of the building. We showed him plans that we had developed for the previous facilities referendum. We explained that that referendum was voted down. We said that there was a likelihood that the board would go forward with the second facilities plan. And what we had is a plan to remedy the problem. We just need to find the funding to do it. So we had to present the plans for the bathroom to them. And he can't grant the waiver until the time that you're allowed to do that, which is usually summer. But he understood that we're registering students for kindergarten beginning in January, and we have staffing and whatnot to do it. So he gave us his word, both verbally and writing, that provided that we have a plan, and we're looking to go forward to find ways to fund it, that we'll get the waiver again for next school year. At that point, hopefully the situation will be resolved through the facilities plan that gets approved. If not, we then will have to figure out a way to adjust that. It was a very good meeting in that I appreciated him coming down, taking the time to actually walk the building. The other folks didn't do that with us, and we saw the actual size of the building. We came in while the students were there, so we got to see the value of it. I'm going to stand up so I can relate it.
So I should take that microphone.
So, after the October 2nd referendum, I spoke with the board, I spoke with the board committee about the need to take some time to reflect, take some time to move away from the moment and see what we need to do with it. So, the first thing I set out to do is have meetings. Some folks I asked they come to me. Most of the folks are going to go through here, not by name. Names are for a few people. And I didn't get their permission to do that. Many people reached out to me at a meeting. So, Mr. Kelly and I, for the most part, we met, both of us met, sometimes just one of us or the other. We had 21 different meetings with 58 states. We did have one big group meeting with the committee that the board put together. So that was a big group. Most of the other 20 meetings were with groups of 1, 2, or 3. And most of the meetings lasted an hour to 2 hours. They were not short, and they were not, I will say, they were not about looking back, they were about looking forward. We met with the board strategic planning and communications committee. Actually, we had probably 3 meetings with them. Met with the facilities advisory committee. Met with the accounting firm 3 times. We met with management, the project management firm, and with our accounting council. These are all separate meetings. We meet together with all those. I met a meeting with Mayor Salvo, Council President McGowan, and Councilor Leahy. Councilor Leahy is the representative of the council to the liaison. 4 parents reached out to me, all have preschool and nursery school children. They moved into town recently. They want to talk about where the schools are going. 3 parents of special education students. 3 senior citizens, counting me, that made 4 names. 7 folks who identified themselves told me I'm a no-voter. I guess I'm losing. If I lose, I don't know what I'm talking about here. Two candidates who ran in the board election met with the two candidates individually. 5 people who told me they voted yes and wanted to come and talk to me about what they thought was happening. I met with 3 representatives of the State Pool Group. I met with a couple of local architects. Had a meeting with the YMCA, officials from the YMCA regarding the pool and the YMCA's involvement in the district. Met with the school administrators as a group, just to talk to them about some of the things that are going on and what they thought they're doing. We sent a survey out to parents and students in the district. We had 580 responses, 582 in that survey. The survey closed Friday, so I do have, I'm going to address the results kind of anecdotally, for lack of a better word. I want to make it clear that this was not a survey about the referendum. This was a required survey, accusing as NJDOE gives you the questions, and you have to survey parents, students, different surveys, right? Parents, students, and faculty and staff. That's part of the QZAC process. School climate. The DOE does allow you to add or amend questions, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to hear, since we're doing this survey anyway, to hear what parents thought. Was it meant to cut anybody out? It was something we had to do, and we get some responses. So he has very open-ended questions, and you can see the survey. What were 3 things? And I purposely, by the way, did not add multiple choice. I wanted people to put down what they thought, the words that they thought. Made evaluating it a little more challenging, perhaps. But what were the 3 things you think were most important in the past referendum? What were the 3 things you think were least important? And where did you get your information to help with some of the things you need? And we received about 25 emails, unsolicited emails from community members. Some people from all ranges. People from at least 3 or 4 different people who are not affiliated with anybody, any group, their kids aren't in school, they're not with the state pool, or they already have this group, that group. Just were people who wanted to voice their concerns, which was great, because we heard from a bunch of people. The most common concerns that came up, the cost is probably number 1. People kept referring to how much it costs. That was something that definitely came up in conversations with everybody, pro and con, and trying to assess what went on. The pool came up with a lot of them. Even folks who said they didn't have particular interest in the pool themselves personally brought this up as something that drew their attention into the conversation. The kitchen and cafeteria came up often in conversations. Go back to that for a minute. I mentioned the survey, which I haven't had time really to analyze the results yet. Those 3 items were the 3 that came up most repeatedly on what were the 3 least important things. The message. It came across that, how were people getting the message? How was the message being delivered? Who was the message being sent to? I think, in speaking going forward, if we go forward, the board chooses to go forward with the plan, I think we need to spend some time as a board and as a community thinking about how to deliver the message better. Social media came up. Too much of the message was back and forth on social media, where it was perhaps not the most accurate stuff all the time. A lot of emotions got in the way. And I think we can't totally control that. And I think we need to at least be aware of it and address it going forward, tying in how to deliver a better message. Most common areas of agreement. A lot of people mentioned the need to upgrade and fix the more land, going from efficiency, safety, aesthetic, improve and increase science labs. Came up often in conversations, came up often in emails, came up often in parents' surveys. More classroom space, especially at Pier Pop, was noted many times. and the kindergarten center upgrades. Most of the upgrades to the kindergarten center are mandated by either state or federal rules and regulations, and that the people need to know that as well. The fiscal challenge, when we talked about costs, the areas of most value to people are also the ones that cost them. They're expensive propositions. PSA is estimating that new estimates will reflect a 10% increase primarily due to tariffs. We verified this with Epic Management, we verified this with Bond Council. I attended 2 different workshops in the last 2 months. One was on passing a referendum in a small district. Another was on public relations and media relations in a bond issue. And Mr. Kelly attended a capital project funding and management workshop. These are all done by people who are experts in the field. And he also confirmed that we're looking at about 10% more. So if the challenge is to bring some costs down, it's going down, but it's also I want to be very honest and transparent. This would have affected us even if the referendum passed. I mean, if the community voted on a $53 million referendum and we were going out to bid, remember I told you it takes months, right? So we were developing schematic designs and we were going out to bid if we were lucky in February or March, right? And that 10% would be there. So our 53 million we would need 58. So this is not, yes, the delay. No, 53. I'm saying right. Yeah, that would have cost us 58. We would have got 45 million. Exactly. So what I'm saying is this issue will impact us going forward if we look to bring costs down, but it wouldn't impact us. Remember we talked about this. Tariffs, construction prices, bad storms. These estimates sometimes are tough to forward. Some pre-referendum factors, things that we had to do before the vote. Any alterations to previously submitted plans would need to be resubmitted to DOE. Plans are submitted by buildings, so even a minor alteration would require resubmission of all the plans. So we sent down plans for every building. The projects were numbered in Trenton, submitted to them as high school, Pierpont, Union. So even if we were to take out one thing from the high school, and leave everything else untouched, or added one thing to the high school, and everything else untouched, we'd have to resubmit the plans to Trenton. There will be a fee to resubmit the plans, because Trenton was charging a fee for everything you submit to them, and they will reevaluate them, and there's a 90-day window for that reevaluation. We think that if we were making alterations and not totally changing the entire plan, it would take 90 days, but we have that window. Due diligence work, surveys, environmental work, etc. That does not have to be redone, so that time and cost does not have to be repeated. There might be some engineering surveys that have to be done if we're going to change a building or put something somewhere else, but I'm talking about the things like, the archaeological and the environmental, the surveys of things, the land surveys that are already completed, and projects are not changing drastically.